Hey, this is Don Walters coming to you from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, that website is www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Hey, this is Dan and I did several interviews today, and one interview we did was with a gentleman by the first name of Atul, and he's from India. And it was really fascinating information. I won't get into what this gentleman does because if you watch the video on the interview we did with him, he clearly explains what his position is and exactly what he does. Plus, he has his own website as well that you can go on and follow him. He has a lot of interesting information. But anyway, it was interesting talking to this gentleman because I was really fascinated on how how we're both in the same industry and we do the same thing, but there's a stark difference in contrast on how things are done. And definitely with the area of recruitment, which has been one of my specialties over the years. And for instance, how they approach doctors and get doctors involved is different than how we do. How they approach and get patients involved in these studies is completely different than what we do. Some of the things that we do and it works for us and it works fine, and I've seen success at it, according to this gentleman, would be disastrous there. And the things that I hear him saying that they do would never work here for a lot of legal reasons and just because of public informed, a lot of public information. It's just fascinating. To give you an example, here, what I would do is go out to the community and I would talk to the community about research and try to and educate them on research and then talk about the study and educate them on the study to generate interest, okay, in what we're doing. So I would take more of an approach on educating the public so that they're very informed coming in. It doesn't work there. There, what they do is they approach the doctor, and that doctor may have a pool of patients, it can be a large pool of patients, and that doctor also may have other colleagues that are doctors that also have a pool of patients that you want to draw from. So what they will do is bring that doctor in and have that doctor, I guess, become the PI or the investigative physician running the study, and he will pull from his own patient pool. Now he would determine what patients coming in. Patients don't, I guess, aren't really determining that, hey, I want to come in for a study. Do you have a study? No, the doctor's saying, come in. I have another treatment that I think will work for you. And the doctor completely controls that. That will never work here. We had incidents, I guess, things like that, like the Tuskegee experiment, where people were being experimented on and not really, and thought they were getting treatment for something else. And I'm not saying that they're tricking the patients. No, do not. That's not what I'm saying. And again, what I'm telling you is my interpretation of what I was hearing. Um, that's, here that will never work because here it's about informing the patient, letting the patient make the complete decision on whether or not this is something they want to participate in. There, the doctor makes that decision on whether or not that person wants to participate in the study. So those are some of the stark differences that I'm hearing. Again, this is my perception. And so that's one of the differences too in how that they go about recruiting. Um, it's really fascinating. Obviously, there's been a lot of outsourcing to India because it's less expensive there to do these studies. And I'm not going to get into the pros and cons of that, because that's always a big deal. But the key point here is that we had a chance to share information, communicate, so we can understand what's happening over there, and they can understand from India what's happening here in the United States, and get a better idea of what we're doing. Because I know when you listen to the news media, I'm very skeptical on whether or not we're always getting the true bit of information. So it was really nice to talk to someone that's in another part of the world conducting clinical studies, so we can hear exactly what really is going on over there. Gosh, you got to watch the video. Dan and I did it earlier. And again, this was a lot of fascinating information. If you've been in research and you watch it, you'll see the differences in how they conduct things there and how we conduct things here. Again, it's neither good or bad on either end. It's just how things are done and how things are perceived. Again, I'm starting to ramble and I don't want to go there. This is Don signing off from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you.